Beautiful seekers, this is Clarity 1129. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. Apologies, your Sunday reading didn't happen. Actually, I had gone out for 4-5 days to a rejuvenation center where I really needed to be. I've been postponing it for a long time and it really did me a world of good. This is a quick reading. It is Wednesday as I'm recording this. It's Wednesday morning. This should be coming to you at night, tonight. So it's going to be a short reading. I've intended for it to be such so that I can finish with it, edit it and post it today so that you don't have to do without a reading on Wednesday evening. And then I'm actually planning to do a long reading for Sunday, which is going to talk about what's coming up in the 6 months. I won't be doing an elaborate reading as far as zodiac signs and things are concerned. I've done that in the beginning of the year. You can always go back and check it out if you want to. I'll link it down in the description box. So you can always check it out if you want to go. I've done it month-wise, so if you want, you can go back there. But I'm just going to look at major themes, just one major theme in every area of your life, which will unfold in the coming 6 months. So that should come out on Sunday. Now let's get back to today's reading. As you've seen from the thumbnail, today's reading is, where should you be showing vulnerability? And this is very important. We are always taught from the time we are children how we should be brave and how we should be strong and how we should not share our sorrows, just be happy-faced all the time. But that is almost working on survival mode, when whatever you're going through, on the surface of it, you want to project that you're fine because you feel that if you show your vulnerability, people will take advantage of you. It's your survival mode to put a stoic face, to pretend it's all okay, even when you're crumbling inside, which is why people end up, taking it for so long and then just breaking down. So today's reading is to see, where is it that you've been strong for a very long time, where, and that's the area where you should be vulnerable. So we're going to look at how can you be vulnerable, where you've been showing strength all this while. How can you be more vulnerable? And then we're going to look at what happens once, what shift takes place if you become vulnerable in that area. And then we'll look at advice. The tarot is shuffled. We will be incorporating these cards here. And I will be live shuffling the oracle cards for you. They're just 2 decks. It's going to be a quick reading. And I really hope it helps. All right? Because more often than not, we feel strength is the masculine way of showing strength. Not just brawn, but also, being stoic in our demeanor, pretending that's all okay. The reflex action when you fall and immediately get up and you say, I'm fine. And then later on you go and check all the pains that you have. That's just our natural instinct now, because that's what we've been taught over and over again. More so for those identifying as male, because this whole idea that men don't cry has been pushed into little boys from such a young age, wherein everyone needs to be vulnerable. And actually showing vulnerability is a great measure of strength. And this is something we need to understand. There is masculine strength and feminine strength. One shows, okay, in the face of danger, you've got to be calm, you've got to be strong. All right, that's one kind of strength. That's the masculine strength. But the feminine strength, and people feel that the feminine is weak. She's not. The females in every species is the one that gives birth. It needs tremendous strength. It's just a different kind of strength. So when you are, irrespective of your gender, when you are in balance, which means your masculinity and femininity is in balance, then you will know where you have to show that stoic kind of sense and where you've got to, just let people see what you're going through and be vulnerable. Both are a type of strength. It takes strength for you to be vulnerable, and you need to understand that. And today's reading is just for that, all right? So as you can see, we have 3 piles. I will introduce you to them, and we begin with pile number 1, the messenger. The number 38 or 11 or 2 could be significant. You can take a good look at the card. From experience, I've realized when I bring it close, you can see it lesser, so I'm leaving it there. Pile number 2 is the lover. The number 23 or 5 could be significant. Pile number 3 is the resolute. The number 17 or the number 8 could be significant. For those of you who are naturally instinctive and you already know what pile you want, the timestamps are given below. You may head to your reading and I will see you there. And for those of you whom that quick meditation helps, beautiful seekers, let's begin. Sit with your palms open, facing upwards, spine erect. When you're ready, gently close your eyes. When you're ready, gently take in a deep breath. Hold. Focus between your eyebrows. Center yourself. Connect with your inner guidance, knowing that it will never lead you astray. When you're ready, gently breathe out. Open your eyes slowly, and whichever pile you're drawn to, that is your pile. And now I will see you at your pile. Pile number 1, those of you who've chosen the messenger card, welcome to your reading. What does this card have to say? First and foremost, we see, make sure that what is being said is what is being heard. The same words and messages can often mean different things to different people. For a lot of you, this could be about the Mercury retrograde that's coming up right now. All right, as I'm posting this in July. I will be writing the exact dates on the screen right now. Even as I speak, you may be seeing it, because I don't remember as of now what the dates are, but I know it is in the water sign season, and since we're in Cancer season, this could be significant, because during the Mercury retrograde, as it is, since Mercury rules communication, there is a tendency that what we say is not what the other person hears. All right, and in your case, you're being told this is very important for you, especially during this time. Always, yes, but especially during this time. All right, you may be saying things with the right intention, but what you're saying it, or the way you're saying it, or the tone that you use, is actually not letting the person in front of you take it in the same way that you are expressing it. All right, this is especially true for text messages. You may be writing it from a very calm place, but the person on the other side may actually get agitated because of the way things are put. So this is something that you need to keep in mind. And I feel you have been subject to a lot of flack from people because they misunderstand you. And with the number 38, 11 or 2, I feel you may have very strong moon placements, and I feel you're very influenced by the moon. For a lot of you, you may be Cancerians, or your birth number may add up to a 2. And you are very emotional people, very soft people, very genuine people, but you do get misunderstood more often than not. You may be getting this feeling that people don't understand you. All right, and just look at this person here, the messenger. For a lot of you, you may be intuitive. We have those wings over there which remind me of angel wings. And I feel that you are very connected to the universe, to the spirit realm, all right? And I feel that you get messages and you tell that to people, and people usually misunderstand what you have to say. Here you have a castle at the back, and here you have what it looks like to me is someone climbing up towards, it's as though someone is climbing up to meet someone for advice, and you actually get that advice, you get downloads, and you speak it. For a lot of you, you may be using some form of divination, you may be tarot readers, astrologers, but you just know. And in the interest of other people, you say it like it is. And because of your demeanor, showing no emotion, though you're feeling a whole lot, I feel you're often misunderstood. We're keeping this card here, and let's begin. So beautiful pile number ones, where is it that you have been showing a lot of strength in your life? And you get the 10 of wheels. So you may be in a family dynamic wherein you're thriving, people look up to you and your family because you may be very wealthy, you have generational wealth, you've been working on your coin for a very long time, and everyone feels everything is so put together. And for you, you've been very strong. You don't get this kind of wealth without effort, without discipline, without being in the right place at the right time. What people call lucky is actually a lot of hard work, a lot of strength that goes in. And I feel for a lot of you, irrespective of your gender, there's something that's not going so well in your family dynamic, which you don't show on the outside. And on the outside, you come across as, thriving, and people may actually feel that you have no sorrow, everything's going so great. But there is something that's not okay. And I feel usually when they show the 10 of Pentacles, they show, along with the dog, they also show children, and they show, parents. But here they're just showing the couple. So I have a feeling that all may not be hunky-dory in your love life with your spouse. There's something that's not okay, but people don't know about it because you don't show people it. And as far as your material comforts is concerned, you may be showing up every single day. If it's a business that you own or whatever it is, you're on the go, everything is fine, you dress really well, you both look really good, but something is not okay, and you don't show it. You're being very strong, keeping it all in, is what I'm getting. And how can you be more vulnerable in this situation? You get the 4 of Swords. Okay. So I feel you just so invested in what you're doing, within the family and for the family, and all the money that you're earning, that you don't get time for rest. And sometimes you feel like saying, I'm exhausted, I cannot do this, or I cannot show up, but you don't. And you're being told that it's absolutely okay for you to say that I need a break. It does not matter. If that means losing a lot of money, that is okay. If you do not exist, what will you do with that money? You may be putting that money to a very good cause. There may be a lot of people who are thriving because of you. But if you do not exist, how can you help anyone? And you're being told You need to take a break. And what I'm sensing is this break will not be a break for a day or a weekend, but you need a long break. I feel your body really is begging for sleep, for rest, and maybe you've not slept for a very long time. And this is very important at this time, that you take this break no matter what. Don't think about the consequences of the material world. Think of what's going to happen to you if you do not take this break. You know, when you come back, you can compensate for this break because you will have fresh energy, fresh ideas. You will take it much further ahead than what it is. But if you get exhausted, if something goes wrong with you, to save on these 10 days, 15 days, you are going to be thrown back maybe by months. This is not to scare you, but if you're watching this, you need to take that break. What happens if you show your vulnerable self? You know, if you're going to tell your spouse or your family that I need a break, this is getting to me, I seriously can't function anymore, what happens? You get the 6 of Swords. Oh, wow. You actually get to go on that vacation. You actually get to pack your bags and just clear your head, go on your own, away from all that's happening, all the drama that's happening within your family, be it business related, work related, or the family setup related. Whatever it is, you get a neat break because you've actually had the courage to stand up and tell people you're going through a lot. And no matter what the dynamic is in your family, no matter what's going right or wrong, when you're actually vulnerable and tell them this, they understand. And then you get to go on a vacation all by yourself where you can sort your head, you can do what you want to do. And you look at that, so many crows, that's the spirit realm actually assisting you when you go on your own journey, and this is going to be so very helpful for you, pile number 1. You may be keeping the peace at your home, with this messenger card here. You may be telling people what is good and what is not, and whatever you feel, because you're connected to the spirit realm, you say it. And a lot may be, oh, no wonder you have this huge castle here. That's all this wealth that you've gathered. And you're right in the center of it, keeping everything going. And now you're exhausted. And when you go out, you actually connect with your spirit guides again. You get all your energy back. Look at her, so beaten. Irrespective of your gender, look at this person here. So beaten, they really, really need to go. There's been a lot of over-communication, overstimulation, and your mind needs to rest. And so when you're vulnerable, you actually get to go on that holiday. You get that rest which you so desperately need. Advice from Spirit. 4 of Swords again. Why aren't you resting? Oh my God, pile number 1. Whew. I'm sending you such a big hug. This makes me want to tell you to expedite this process. If you're watching it today, have that conversation today. You need to rest. Oh my Lord. There's nothing more to be said. You just need a vacation away from everyone, all by yourself. Don't take anyone with you. Don't take your children. Don't take your spouse. Don't take anybody. Just go on your own. You need that, your body needs that. Your soul needs that. Let me take out more advice for you. Pile number 1. And whatever's not going okay in your family, you're going to get solutions for that as well. You just need this break. Simplicity. Number 45 or 9 could be significant. You're being told to keep it simple. You're overthinking this. You're trying to find ways to make everything okay. And look at that. When you go on your break, what's going to happen? Success. And there's a castle there. Exactly like this castle here. This is beautiful. There's a lot of success waiting to happen once you take this break, clear your head, and come back. You will not regret it. Take that from me. You will not regret the break. You really, really need it. 2 4 of swords and a 6 of swords. This is not something that you should ignore. Not at all. You will actually regret it if you do. Balance spirituality and practicality. Yes, you need a break. You are very connected to the spirit realm and you're very connected to your material world. And you've actually spread yourself too thin trying to do everything without any break for you, and you need that break. And adjustments are required. Yes, when you take that break, when you talk about it, the rest of them will first get a shock because you've never asked for this before. But just looking at you, they'll realize it, and they will be able to make arrangements to carry on without you when you go for that break. But take as long as you need to get that energy back before you come back and join them again. All right? This is very, very important. This is either your message or isn't. If it is, and if you're here with me till now, do take that break, pile number 1. It's very important. I am sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye. Pile number 2, those of you who've chosen the Lover card, welcome to your reading. You are at the brink of a transformation. You have this huge moth here and a butterfly here. And this could be the result of a connection where you've been very, very invested. Let me read this for you. The Lover. With love, all things are possible, for love replaces your confusing doubts and weakening fears with faith in yourself and in others. You are someone who is just love. You are love. You are the embodiment of love. But the transformation that's happening in your life is you're learning to bathe yourself in that unconditional love before you can carry on pouring unconditional love to all those around you. I won't be surprised if I get something about boundaries here, but you are very gentle, loving souls. I get Queen of Cups energy from this. Is there anything else I need to see? Maybe, though these are trees here, but I don't know why from the time I've seen this card, I'm just feeling that this is a tower moment, I just feel by the colors. Maybe you've come out of a tower moment. And it's taught you a lot. And maybe for a while your heart may be hardened, but now you're softening up again because transformation is complete. Beautiful energy. Let me see what the cards have to say. So where have you been strong, pile number 2, for all this while? Where have you been strong? And you get the 9 of Swords in reverse. Oh my Lord, just look at this image. It makes me feel so sad. That's exactly what I was picking up actually. This transformation wasn't easy, but you've done it. After this tower moment has happened, most probably with a love interest, you have had sleepless nights for the longest time possible. And after all the pain that you've gone through, my throat all of a sudden it's gone. Whatever happened in your relationship, I don't think you got to say your piece. It just stayed within your throat, unexpressed. And you've been so hard on yourself for the longest time. And thereafter, you've decided enough is enough. And you decided to transform, to get out of this, to be the best version of yourself. And now you're on, for a lot of you, you're in different stages. Some of you are coming out of it, but for most of you, I feel you're very close to have completed this transformation. All right. This had come in reverse. You're coming out of this energy, and maybe when you were going through all of this pain, all of these sleepless nights, on the surface of it, maybe you didn't let people know. How can you show vulnerability? You get the Temperance in reverse. Oh, Temperance is the card of balance, all right? And people always look at you as very put together, very balanced. And right now, you're not in balance. You're all over the place, especially if you've not reached that place yet. And you're being told to not cover it up to make people around you happy. Maybe you're not showing your heartbreak to the people around you and pretending as though it was no big deal, wherein you're breaking inside and you're totally all over the place in your life. Nothing seems to be working because of the pain that you carry and because of the fact that you don't speak about it to anyone. You're scared to tell the people around you that they'll get upset about it or they'll get overtly concerned. So you're hiding it and you're not able to concentrate on anything at work or anything, depending on where you are. And you're being told to let people see you. Let them see you the way you are. Let them see your pain. Let them see your struggle. It's okay. There's not one person on this planet who hasn't been through some form of major struggle or upheaval. You don't have to go and talk about it to the rest of the world whom you don't trust, but to let people around you know whom you can trust, or if there are people you don't have in your life, so many who you can speak with it to or you're not comfortable, then take the help of a counselor. Go to a psychologist, go to a counselor. There's no harm in that. But you need to bring it out. I feel your throat chakra is blocked. You need to speak it out to someone. You need to take assistance to come back into balance. Beautiful pile number 2. You have so much, oftentimes it's people who have so much of love to give. They're the ones who forget to fill their own cup. And they're the ones who end up in this pain with trying to still be strong through it all. And you don't have to be. In fact, you do have to be, but you don't have to show masculine kind of strength. You got to show feminine kind of strength, which is being vulnerable and irrespective of your gender. So important for you at this time. What happens if you let people see this vulnerable side of yours? And you get the 8 of Cups. Beautiful. Your soul tribe that's around you, even if that happens to be a counselor, they will give you the strength to walk away from the darkness into the light. And this, you actually have done the work. You've started doing the work, but everything is still in a state of flux right now. But you are going to be this beautiful embodiment of love with those butterflies. They're totally transformed, walking away from the tower. And when you're vulnerable, your soul tribe, be it your family, be it your best friend or your counselor, they will give you the strength to walk away from here with the lessons learned, without carrying the guilt, but carrying the wisdom into this new life that's waiting for you, which is going to be so emotionally fulfilling. But you need, and you may not be thinking very clearly, even though you're trying to come out, you don't know how to do it fully. They will help, and they will help you walk towards your best life yet. And you need to do this. And sending you such a big, big hug, pile number 2. You're such precious people. Yes, there it is. It's come out. This is advice from Spirit. Hurt people, and hurt witches. Exactly. You feel that you'll handle everything alone, but you're going through that phase when there's so much of pain that if you don't heal, if you don't reach out, if you don't show your vulnerability, you will end up not softening your heart. I did feel that for a few of you, you have actually healed and softened your heart again. That's what I said in the beginning. But there are quite a few of you who haven't reached that stage yet. And you just feel you can do it all by yourself. And you're being told that you may come out of it all by yourself, but you may come out with a hard heart. And then you may hurt people. Anyone you try to build something with again, your tongue will slay them. and that would be to protect yourself. And that's why you get this hurt people, and hurt witches. Absolutely. And so you need to allow those people to help you and guide you towards your best life, and your heart can be soft again, because you are this beautiful person here, the lover, the Queen of Cups, who has so much love to give. Why would you want a hard heart? And you will do so well. This possibly this relationship came into your life to let you know that you had no love left for yourself in your cup. You had given it all away. Maybe it's got to do with lack of self-worth, whatever dynamic it was in your family, but that has to change now. And that's why this happened. The Tower happened for this, because it wasn't serving you anymore. Advice for pile number 2, Spirit. Light. Absolutely. You're going towards the light. Is that only one? Yes. The number, oh, look at that. 23, 32. There's a huge change waiting to happen. But will you take help? The faster you do, the faster you get to go into the light. I love this. Oh my God. Wow. I said that this should look like the Tower to me. This was a tower that's burning. And here, what you build now, you get leadership. You build a solid tower. Despite the storm, you're standing there and you become the light. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. This is what it is. You transform yourself. You show your vulnerability. You move towards the light. You turn your pain and you become the lighthouse for others who are going through the same thing. You bring in the light. You are this leader that people look up to. You're going to be such an inspiration. I am getting goosebumps. I'm not exaggerating. This is, oh, what did I just say? You're going to be an inspiration. There's more light here. 29, 11. 2 could be significant. Oh my God. Pile number 2. Yeah, that's pile number 2. This adds to a 2. You are going to be an inspiration once you heal, once you move into the light, and once you show your vulnerability. You can't teach people to be vulnerable when you have never been vulnerable yourself. You won't get the concept. What will you teach if you don't know it? Sometimes you'll find that, not sometimes, all the times, all those who are healers, they've been through a lot of pain themselves, because you don't get empathy unless you actually go through something which makes you understand the entire gamut of emotions, and that makes you understand the same in other people. All right? Very, very important. Be bold and make the first move. And see, they're saying be bold and make the first move. Be bold means you've got to have a lot of strength to show your vulnerable side, to ask for help, to say that you're not in balance, you don't know where to go. Be bold and make the first move. If there's no one around you to speak to, be bold and make that appointment with a counselor. Go ahead and do it. Choose yourself, and your life is going to change. Take time to breathe out. This I feel for a lot of you when anxiety comes up. Even when you think about talking to a counselor, there may be a built-up anxiety that comes to take over, That's the time you breathe out. And for you, I've been trying this myself for many things. It can really help you. Try 4, 7, 8. Breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 7, and then breathe out for a count of 8. And it feels difficult because to breathe out, usually we have shallow breathing and we breathe out in a hurry. No, you breathe out to a count of 8. So 4, 7, 8. Remember this for you, all right? And you will be able to get past that anxious, feeling of anxious overwhelm. You'll be able to get past it and actually make that appointment, make that call, or speak. And that is going to be the beginning of something beautiful. So I still feel that some of you have done it and you've reached your finish point, or you're about to reach it, but for a lot of you the journey is still there. all right? And believe me, you're going to be an inspiration. You are going to be that light. You are going to be that lighthouse for so many people in the future. So go ahead, heal yourself, and move forward. And it all begins with you. Just remember that. So forgive from that heart space after you have processed everything, so that you can let them go and move towards the light. I love this for you, pile number 2. I'm sending you a warm hug, a healing hug, and sending you so much love and light. All the very best. Bye-bye. Pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Those of you who've chosen the Resolute card, and I feel for a lot of you, with the number 17 here, which adds to an 8, you may have a lot of Saturn influence. You may be Capricorns or Aquarians, or you may just be going through some sort of phase of Saturn in your life, or you've been through it. And because of that, you are very resilient and very resolute people. You know, when you decide something, you stick with it. You're able to show up every single day because you've decided on something. You have this quiet strength to show up every single day, no matter what storm you're facing, and you don't show it. This gives me Empress vibes, no matter what your gender is. Let me read this for you. If you do not resolve to be patient and endure tough times, success may appear to you as always in the future, or in another's power. And I feel this was you before Saturn worked its magic on you. And now you're wiser, you understand, you don't show your vulnerabilities, you just know we got to work, work, and work. Action is your key. Showing up every day, discipline. These are things that were once alien to you, but Saturn has shown you. And now you are a changed person. For some of you, if you're going through it right now, then it may be a very tough lesson that you're being taught. It's almost the energy of the dark night of the soul, all right? But it's not all that dark, and it's just our ego which makes us feel that we are stuck in, such a terrible place. But this is us being taken towards the light, and it's not easy. So don't let me take that away from you, that what you're going through is anything less. It's a whole lot. But the best part is you are learning to be resolute. You are learning to just be disciplined, stand up, and never give up. I love this energy, and I know that it's a difficult one too. So where is it that you've been showing strength? You get the 6 of Swords in reverse, and you get the 7 of Wands in reverse. Wow. And both these cards, you know what they tell me? That you when faced with a lot of challenges in the past, you had a tendency to want to walk away from the drama, to run away from the situation, because you felt that it's not worth it. And, to some extent, it's great. Why should you stay in the drama? But there are times when you got to stop and face it. And if you're going away because you don't like the drama, it's one thing. But I feel for a lot of you, you were scared. And I don't feel this is someone with you that you're taking. Though usually some people see it as a spirit guide, some people see it as a kid that you're taking, or a family member, or an elderly person that you're taking. In this case, I feel it's your inner child. Your inner child would panic and tell you to escape from whatever situation. So whenever there were challenges, you would just flee from the place. Not because you were choosing peace, because you were inherently afraid. And then Saturn steps in. And this is the lesson that Saturn taught you, to stay and to show your strength while being there, by not running, by staying there. And then you have become this resolute person, or you're in the process of being the resolute person who just stays there no matter what. And where are you being told to be vulnerable? You get the Tower in reverse. So what I get from this is Saturn is not done with you. Saturn is very much in your, you may be going through Sade Sati, which is 7 years of Saturn training, all right? And what you're being told is Saturn is putting you through all this, giving you courage, telling you that you can face anything with discipline. Also telling you that there will be a lot of people that leave your life because those people didn't want the best for you. But where can you be vulnerable? What Saturn is telling you is that the tower is happening, let it happen. You're trying your best to not learn the lesson because it's too uncomfortable. And you're being told don't resist the lesson because the lesson is going to be taught to you. You will have to learn this lesson before you move. And Saturn will make sure that you learn it. There is no escape here. But what you need to be vulnerable about is to speak to those few people who stay. Because a lot of people who you thought were friends or your well-wishers, they would have fallen off by now. And now you're wondering whether you can trust anyone at all. But there will be someone around you who is always by your side. You can even start by even journaling if you have to. But put down your problems on a piece of paper where you can see it as separate from you. And then ask yourself, why are you trying to save a situation which even you know doesn't help you? And then learn to go with the flow and not run away from it. You need to heal. Something in the past, as with each and every one of us, has got our inner child in a very scared, anxious state. As long as that inner child is not healed, we will make choices which are not in our best interest. It's going to be choice which will not let us step out of the comfort zone but keep us protected because the inner child is scared, very scared. But when you actually speak it out to people, let them know what you're going through. It doesn't have to be everyone because not very many people will be with you. And sometimes it may not be anyone at all, in which case speak to your spirit guides. Write down in your journal. Sit in, if you are not an atheist, you can go to a temple or you go and sit in nature if you're an atheist. But draw in energy from Mother Earth, from the skies, walk bare feet on the ground, do whatever you have to. But just bring it out of you and do not resist what's happening. Whatever's happening is in your best interest. It's going to make you strong from your masculine as well as your feminine side. So you will have the strength to stay on and not run away because of fear. You will be able to stand alone and fight your problems. At the same time, you will be able to show your softer side to people you understand and actually ask for help. Ask for guidance, and that will be okay. During this time, I just got a message from Spirit that during this time, some of you will actually find a guru, a guide, a mentor who will actually move you forward. All right? So do not resist this transformation. You are very resolute people, or maybe you weren't before you started, but by the time you come to the end of this journey, you will be. And you will be so grateful because then you will start living your best life. What happens if you go with the flow, accepting this entire journey and telling those few people who are your inner circle, what shift happens? You get the Page of Wands. If you've been facing any sort of, oh no, I was going to say that, I will come to that, but this, oh my Lord, pages are children. This is your inner child being free, totally free. And if you've ever had any sort of creative blocks, any kind of blocks in the work that you do or anything, that goes out of your life. Just look at this energy, look at this person, so happy. This is your inner child liberated from all the pain that it's been holding on to. And when your inner child releases that pain, you are ready to step out of your comfort zone. You are ready to walk towards your best life. And that is what is going to shift when you do not resist this change. When you accept what Saturn is teaching you. When you let the tower fall. When you let the people closest to you know what you're going through. You get to choose whom you want to tell. And if you feel you can't tell anyone, journal it. Speak to your spirit guides. They are there. Speak to them. You will get an answer. Speak to a counselor if you need to. But do it and liberate your inner child. Beautiful things waiting to happen. What is advice from spirit? And you get the Two of Wands. Your decisions decide your future here, nothing else. Absolutely. You can really try very hard and stay stuck by running away once again. Saturn's not going to let you, but you could always try. And Saturn, people have made an image of Saturn as this hard taskmaster, brutal, but it's one of the most benevolent planets if you don't run away from the lessons that are being taught to you. If you just stay there and listen, this is the toughest healing any of us can do. Healing the inner child. Because once the inner child is healed and liberated, thereafter, there is no stopping you. All right? There is no stopping you. This is your nervous system finally working at its best. And you've got to make this choice. What Spirit is saying is you've got a choice to keep resisting this and moving forward, just feeling sorry for yourself, not telling anyone, feeling the chaos and staying in the chaos longer than needed. If you make that decision to welcome this change, this period that you're going through, which seems endless, will actually end very fast because you have resisted. Because you are letting go of the resistance towards change and you're embracing this transformation. And in doing so, you're allowing yourself to live your best life. It's going to be painful. No one's telling you it's not. But if you surrender to it, it becomes a lot less painful. The shift happens sooner. And once your inner child is healed and out there playing happily, nobody can stop you. You're going to be a force to be reckoned with, all right? You are going to be just so happy doing what you're doing. Let me take out more advice cards for you. Pile number 3. Spirit, what do they need to know about the vulnerability? What happens if they show their vulnerability? Truth. You will see beyond. Look at that. This again, a little child here. Your inner child. Your inner child will see things for what it is, because your inner child has been told stories that they are not good enough. They can't stand up for themselves. They have to run away to survive. You give up this survival mode of yours. You actually start living a life happily. You see the truth for what it is. Your truth that you've been telling your inner child, that you're not worthy, that you can't do it on your own, that you have to stick with anyone, no matter how unpleasant they are, because they will protect you, because you can't do it on your own. You stop telling yourself the story. You see the truth when you let this transformation happen. Bottom deck energy, impeccability. Maybe for a lot of you, you may be perfectionists, doing everything in the most impeccable standards, because that was also a part of your survival mode. That if you do anything wrong, then you're going to be punished for it and all hell will break loose. You've been so hard on yourself in the past. But Saturn will liberate you. And the journey will not be easy, but it's not difficult. It's difficult only if you resist it. If you don't resist it, you will be able to be your wonderful, beautiful self again. And it will teach you how to be resolute and how to stand tall for yourself. Don't let the past hold you back. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is the past that you're holding on to when you resist this tower. I'm unblocking this tower for you. This, you really need to let it happen. Bottom deck energy. The last pile got it too. Be bold and make the first move. You've got to let it happen. And when you do, your life is going to change for the better, and you will feel so light on the inside that there's so much you're holding on to. I don't even know whether you realize it. You will realize it once this entire phase is over. You will feel so good. You'll actually not be able to believe how you stayed with that much of weight for all these years. You've been through a lot, haven't you? And you're going through what you feel is the darkest time of your life right now. Beautiful pile number 3 is actually the most transformative, beautiful years of your life. You look back in retrospect and see, oh my God, this was the process that made me such a happy and free and creative human being. So just stay strong right now, but do show your vulnerable side to those who are close to you or to a counselor somewhere. You don't have to go through it alone. That is the lesson you need to take from this reading. You don't have to go through it alone, but you need to go through with this, because this is going to help you liberate your inner child. But it's okay to ask for help when the tower is happening. All right? Don't get stuck in your old ways because they were comfortable. They never served you. So move ahead. Beautiful things are waiting to happen. I am sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye.